Okay, let's see if this works now. I pray. I'm trying, man. Okay, are we here? Let's pray. We got this right. Can you guys hear me? Everything going okay? All right. I hope so. Can you guys hear me and see me okay? Thank God, man. I'm about to be furious. All right. Okay. That's good. All right. I don't know. I guess it was something to do with the connection or something. Even though I'm direct, I guess I had to restart the computer. Yes, Nick Furious. Nick Furious 5. Yes, that'll be definitely defo the name for sure. Defo the name. What did Smug say? Oh man. It's probably the snow. Yeah. That could be it too. All right. So we're running a little behind. So let's get this where we need to be today. Um oh CM Wick, what's up? Pleasure to be here. I just couldn't, had a little technical difficulty. We all go through it for the first year, of course. But we are definitely going to not only do our typical, Mark Cooper Monday stuff, but I'm also going to drop some gems just in case if you guys don't remember these that we brought in the beginning of the year for people who are new and trying to submit for the show. So we're going to get that all together. So let's go. No further ado. We got Yellow Blades music. He's got his. Okay, good. We can hear it. Could you guys hear that? What you know about Thundercats? You trying to surprise people, Sue? What you trying to do? All right. Well, let's go right into it. Well, I got a lot of people on it. That's why Black Frost said submitted because he on here. Okay. Let's go right into it. First track.
Okay. All right, for real though, I'm feeling this beat though. This is crazy. All right, let's go. Slaying the track and the demons around me, tanking the method. I know how my sound be. Send it to away. These fakers will clown me. When I'm asleep, I'll show all who the clown be. Charizard, when I spit on a track, I leave bars charred and be.
Remember what I say about those ad libs, guys. Remember, if it's louder than the actual vocal, it stands out super much. And if it's not not said, if it's not said at the same time, you can hear them clash. Remember, I was telling you about that last year.
Banking bigger than my backyard, then I play cards. You going for gold, you ain't got bars. You step in my room, you step in my dome. Ain't feeling like Mikey, I wipe at they whole game. Step Ross, I mess with they whole brain. Making waves, they remember my whole name. Chances of zero, it's stressing your fate. Gilgamesh, how I'm running the game. Smash Bros, how I come with the main. I'm a lion, got claws in the main. 1 in a million, kinda like Twilight. Baka go blasting, I'm stuck in the limelight. Yeah, my ass has been alright, hitting harder like season 1. All my other class, they wanna run it all back.
Hey, low key, season 1 All Might did hit hard though.
Clipping my shit, I ain't talking about lag. Moving the shadows, the shit is a drag. Oh, I got shit, it's all in my bag.
Hold up the shit in my bag, y'all shadows around me, I'm getting a bag. Pull up with steel metal to your back, not a fairy tale when the metal drag. Sorry that I'm really doing this. In the wrong cross, bitch, no crucifix. The tools in and ain't no crew to fix. The ludicrous, I spit from my tubes again.
Okay, I'm hearing the breakdown, the compound words and the flow. I hear you guys.
Why do you imagine dragging? Pull up with pop for the people with fashion. Fight my own demons can hardly imagine. So the punch that I hit is with practice. Let it flash, no thunder clapping. But when the light show, I definitely was snagging. Everybody say they got six like a Baptist. Hiding your shells while my shells are like Bastion. No, I pull up with hammers. Onomatopoeias go blam me. Running the ones, but ain't a scammer. Blow off smoking them quirks, glamour.
Okay, when you get into that point, you had this energy, and then now it just kind of went down. You know, you got to make sure you either turn the vocal up or try to keep the same energy through the same flow.
Why the fuck do y'all think y'all matter? Do y'all know the target I'm after? Y'all just chit chat, laugh the English to me, go splatter. Bitch, I'll let my nuts and you know I'm the top of the food chain. Take away the SM and truth, ain't got a sucky bitch, she let my nuts drain. Been on my dick like Luke and Naruto, I'll show you truth, ain't in her mouth, ain't no truth train. Frost up next, so slide on crewmate.
Touche, guess I got it started, got all eyes like you target artists, and my pen is fire like I'm armor arts and bars are partly tightened with a side I'm arming. Clip got a big dip, it extendo, metal moving like Shikai Shinso. Man, we either gonna box like Bento, or I'm pulling with a stick, Kendo. I'm going for Shinji, uppercut, I put her arm to his chingy. You finna die if you cap, Shinji. Will the steel make him flip, Shinji. You can never stop me when I walk in rooms or just smoking Pachi. And I shout to Callum, man, I'm feeling godly. I lose zero balance, y'all are getting sloppy. Saying gravity is what can never drop me in my bag of beat. Boys never stop and give them tragedy because I'm never comic and I'm practically about to be on top. You know it's Frost. They can never forget, man, been mad, something like vertebrae. Been back, feeling like rap, you ain't know what I've been, cat. Feel like a Linity, I'm finna flip cat.
Black Frost felt like he was sliding on this beat. This is the reason why it was submitted. But I appreciate it, but I know that's the reason. He's sliding on this mug. That's what he wanted to hear. I'm just scared of what he's going to say at the end of the song.
Okay. It's really apparent. I'm big body Kumo and y'all cannot bear it. Y'all barely see so much to run into Eric. I'm taking a blade and a blip and a tear him. They fear him, but still wanna step in the phantom. I can't and kill him and turn on the phantom. This man is a villain, sniping with a barrel. I'm passing it now. Kill a sheriff. Stupid.
They talk like a manager, but I know that they care. Your bar is built like a banister. When there's a choice, it's apparent. Metal to their head, Kakashi. They stretch bars, no hockey. They just mad cause I catch bodies, so they say I'm offbeat. Couldn't hit a
Okay, well, here's the thing. There was some parts of some ad-libs who's like, hey, and it's something you can't really hear unless you had headphones because he panned it left or right with the ad-libs. That's a cool way of playing around with that. I like it, but you just got to try your best to have those ad-libs land where they need to. However, he did say a bar saying, so they say that I'm offbeat. I don't know if he personally made those ad-libs offbeat on purpose for the sake of the bar, but that's just something I would definitely have to ask him about. But that's the only thing I could say that I noticed. If I didn't, literally listen to what he was saying and I was actually rapping, then you would have missed that bar. Get what I'm saying? So I don't know if that was something intentional or it wasn't, but it still plays either way on each word.
beat. Couldn't hit a barn with a 12 gauge. I can send your Valentine off to the med bay. They just like Benson. Got some dudes balls in your headspace. I can pull up like Kenshin. Put something sharp to your sensei. All these lies they mending. Fix a bullet holes with a band-aid. We scrap and I best you. Y'all sheep and I lead the way. I be like Zenetsu. Y'all sleep, catch a yellow blade. C4 rappers I detonate. Give a hoe DP28. I take a beat on a dinner plate. She give me head. Exodia obliterate.
Bro, that shit was weak as a
Bitch.
It never fails. It never fails. I think J Music is old royalties for the person who finishes the track at the end. Now Black Frost has made it a situation where now we have to listen to it to the very, 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 very end now, regardless. Now we have to do that for any kind of thing. But of course, Sue, Jamar is one of my students and stuff from last year. So, of course, I'm going to look at the XXL Nerd Cypher Part 2. Of course I am. And I'm going to judge every last one of you because that's what you want me to do. But nah, beyond that, definitely track was dope for where it needed to be. It was just a couple things I would recommend maybe on the vocals or how you put those things together as in for your particular mix. Just watch those ad-libs and just make sure you enunciate everything the best way you can. So keep in mind of that. So it's no problem at all. All right. I'm glad Yellow Blade submitted some. I haven't seen Yellow Blade submit something since like March or April. So seeing him grow after 7 months means a lot to me. Oh, okay. Okay, JK. Okay. I sees you. I see you somewhat got them. You should bring them here. You should bring them here. Okay. I'm joking. No problems. All right. So the next one goes Soul Arts. Wow. So that was like the first person on that track and he submitted his. That's cool. Awesome. Oh, they already here? Ooh, JK, point them out. All right. This is a W word cipher. I'm not going to say it wrong on live on stream. All right. Soul Arts, Black Frost, and Lemon San. So not lemon pepper, Lemon San. Okay, let's go.
Whoa, keep it up, Gavin.
Tarachi mixed this one, so let me hear how this sound.
Bang, bang, you treat this like a game. Never thought I'd be the one to make a change, dang. Hate all these people driving me insane, ayy. But it's cause of you that I'm okay, wait. Bang, bang, you treat this like a game. Never thought I'd be the one to make a change, dang. Hate all these people driving me insane, ayy. But it's cause of you that I'm okay, wait.
I like the reverb ad lib on it, having a double vocal, then having one as a high pass and have it as a main. I like this. I like the tone of this so far with the mix. I can't wait to hear what the hook sound like.
Pick up the pieces to restart your channel so ghostly. The whole heart, people scared of you, but you're not their foe. Nah, when I noticed you, felt like a whole part was a part of me. Found my side, no offering. Only thing you offered me was kindness, no bothering. Trapped in a web, gotta move cautiously. Haunting me, and I don't care. You can fucking swallow me.
Bang, bang, you treat this like a game.
I know what I'm in for. I know what I'm in for. Okay. Yeah. Only thing I would say is I like the way it's, I like the way it's actually said, as in like it's kind of like a calm conversational kind of vibe track, which I like a lot. And then it has like a different like alternative acoustic rock progression, what actually works out where it needs to. But the only things I would say is just make sure that when you're recording and you're rapping, you want to try your best to not sound like it's reading. But like I said, that's an experience thing when you first start doing rap and things like that. Like once you get to that point where it's like halfway memorized, halfway written, it's where you'll be able to prosper a little bit further. This is one of those conversation raps, so it could be that particular tone and maybe he raps something different. I just haven't heard Soul Arts before. I think this is Soul Art. Beautiful vids, what's up? I know you're gonna see some stuff here today.
Never thought I'd be the one to make a change, dang. Hate all these people driving me insane, ayy. But it's cause of you that I'm okay, wait. Bang, bang, you treat this like a game. Never thought I'd be the one to make a change, dang. Hate all these people driving me insane, ayy. But it's cause of you that I'm okay with.
When I went out as a trainer, I was lonely and sad till I saw her in a building, and I don't mean to brag. She had these fat mommy milkers, look like milk in a sack. So she led me to her house and started milking my sack. We started playing. Then she told me that she loved me, now I'm spun up in her web. She was molding me like putty, but this ghost is closer to me. She control me with her noses, mine is broken and it's close, and we're the closest. I don't wanna run away.
Bang, bang, you treat this like a game.
Fine. Fine. Nah, but Black Frost came with the energy on that one, and everything was where it needed to be. Set was good. The mix was good. Went all the way through. It's just Black Frost just doesn't surprise anybody. Well, it don't matter, Zero, man. It don't matter because Black Frost going to do what he needs to, and now we're going to find out what he says at the end of the song, like we always do.
Game. Never thought I'd be the one to make a change, dang. Hate all these people driving me insane, ayy. But it's cause of you that I'm okay, wait. bang, bang. You treat this like a game. Never thought I'd be the one to make a change, dang. Hate all these people driving me insane, eh? But it's cause of you that I'm okay, wait.
That's right. He did say that. I don't know what life contends of now. Ooh, he was quiet. Oh, wait, that's not his song. That's why. Okay. All right. Overall, everything was dope where it need to. Black Frost just get better at this stuff. Like, even though he's going to rap his, rude ways and do the way he wants to rap about stuff and make his funny comments at the end, he's getting better every single day. So I can't knock the skill. I've heard him 6-7 months ago. It's like night and day. So praise to that man for that. But he's always gonna give me a laugh because I'm just like, man, I don't know what he's gonna say next. You know what I mean? It's one of those kind of things. You know what I mean? Kind of like when Diggs the Prophecy has like 1 or 2 sex bars, and whatever rap he does ever, there's always going to be one or something close. That's just something that he does. Or Jix Explosion has nothing but bops, like nothing but bops of, a senpai and all that kind of stuff. Like, that's just what he does. So I don't judge what the rapping's about because you rap about what you want to do. But I like the fact that they're using those particular skills to better the way they're conveying the message that they need to. And that's what's most important. So, which actually puts us in a segment for a quick thing that I want to make sure I remind everybody of certain things that you can do, okay? All right. So the first thing I'll recommend is we're talking about mix, right? So if you go to Waves website, waves.com, right? Waves has my bad. Hold on. This is it though, but I'm in the wrong part. Okay. So let's say you're new. You never really honestly kind of mixed or rap before or anything like that. This website is cool. Waves plugins is basically a plugin that's like standard by industry. So any kind of people go to studio with Pro Tools, Logic Pro, FL, whatever you do, normally they go to these, which is called the Waves plugins, right? So let's say you're not 100% sure what any of this shit is. You're just kind of like, hold on one second. Let me see if I show the plugins. You'd be like, what's a de-esser? What's a doubler? What's all this stuff, right? So what you can do, which I think is cool, is that I get the Platinum Plus, and the only reason why is because you never know what they can be used for. So you can download this, and it's got a 14-day trial, but it has all the things necessary for it. So let's say you're working with somebody who has Pro Tools or you have Logic Pro or anything like that, and let's say you're recording yourself at home. What you can do is by having these plugins already in the bank, you could send your session, and it'll be able to open it just like you opened it for yourself. So that's one thing. So just to go through a rough quickness of what exactly all this stuff is. And we will have days where I'll actually we'll go deeper into what all of these things mean. So I'll just give you a different aspect. A compressor is what makes the actual vocal a little bit louder, gives it a little bit more room to give it more of a punch. That's why compressors are used for drums and vocals and things like that. De-esser is exactly the way it's said. Like de-essers, like it gets rid of s in your voice. So when you de-ess those, now it won't sound like you're a sizzling snake when you're saying, S words. You know what I'm saying? Like S or M's or S or V's or W. You know what I'm saying? Like words that give a different list when you rap. So de-essers get rid of that. Doublers is what it is. Just they double the vocal. So if you wanted it to be a little bit thicker the way it was, that's where that comes in. Max bass, ironically. Equalizer, Ortiz. Yep, Ortiz, exactly. S or T's. So they have those for your reverbs, your true verbs. That's one I would recommend using, true verb, because it gives you more options of what you want to do with your reverb. So that's what's important there. Just naming a few. A lot of them are like ultra pitch is something that you can do for pitch shifting, not auto tune, but pitch shifting, as in if you wanted to have that Kendrick Lamar effect where it kind of sounds like, you hear the double voice in it, like a high and a medium low kind of thing. That's what that's for. Wave tunes is their version of auto tune. It's back and forth with me, only because I know a lot of your guys' workflow. So it's a matter of how much time you want to put into it. And then one knob is just you know, particularly turning one knob like a sound goodizer after you mix everything to put it at a comfortable volume. That's what that's for. So like I said, $20, 14 days, you can try it out. Obviously, the other ones have less than others. I just would recommend just getting the 21, just call it a day. Be a lot easier, and I promise you, you'll be in a good spot. And I also have some other gyms too. So for people who are really kind of not sure about how these work, I got friends of mine that have like presets where you can be able to start up some things, put that all together. That's one thing. All right. So let's say you got that and you have no idea what you need the sound for, right? So this website is called soundgym.com. And this one actually makes it a video game for you to be able to learn what exactly sound you're looking for. So you may put on compressors and EQs and have no idea what you're doing, and then you could just literally mess up your entire sound, right? So this website allows you to have particular lessons of what to listen for, as in what's considered a high pass, what's considered a low pass, and those particulars. Best thing to explain is like this. High things are normally like pianos, flutes, things like that. Low is obviously bass and sub bass, 808s. Those are low end, right? Your mids are your kicks, your snares, your synths, all of those instrumentation is normally towards the middle. So keep that in mind. If you got too much of a high end, you're not going to be able to hear the mids, and too much of a low end, you're not going to be able to hear the mids and the highs, right? Because the low is overpowering it. It's just a balance of figuring out what you want to do. And just keep in mind, no matter what instrument, whatever, what vocal or anything like that, there is a low, medium, and high to any piece of sound in general. It's up to you to zero out what you need to be to have the best mix possible. So that's one place you can go there too, right? And the final thing, of course, is, we'll definitely go about the entourage. You know what I mean? That's really important for anybody who's using any kind of filters or anything like that. Reason why I like this part is that now they make it a plan. So you can literally do 14 days. I think it's like $25 a month or something. And you can get all the suites of auto-tune. You know what I mean? You get every single one of them. So that's where that comes in. So basically they're saying about $50 as a commitment to start off with. But they also run packages where they'll have a couple months that come with it for free and all these things. And you get a lot of different stuff. Not only you get the auto-tune itself, you get all the different stuff with it too. Just to go through a really pro is just basically like something I would use that knows exactly their way around with it. The hybrid is basically one that runs less CPU power, but be able to do things live where you need to. Artist is for an individual who is a person who plays the piano and wants to be able to key in the way they're singing based on the notes that they're playing. So now the auto-tune is more directed where it comes to that. Vocodist is just like a vocoder, like a Zapp and Roger. Auto-tune slice is basically taking the vocal that you made in auto-tune and then sampling it like you're a producer. So this is where you see all those EDM artists will take the vocal and then it will chop it up necessarily like an arpeggiator and then make it into the beat for the drop. EFX is the same thing. It's just a different way of doing it. And auto key is something where you play the music through that and it'll automatically tell you what key that beat is in. So if you go to auto tune and you like, man, I'm just trying to finish this up, I don't really know anything about music theory, you can put that beat in there and it'll tell you what the main vocal is thing, so you can end the learning curve of that. So those are three particular things I would recommend when it comes to these particular starting, which will be more later, but those are the three that will be the most helpful for right now. Hopefully that summarized what you needed. All right. Next one is Rated R. I don't know if it's an auto-tune song. Not auto-tune, a Nerdcore song. But we're going to find out.
I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate. I don't believe in accepting help.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate.
Ooh, a music video.
Yo,
I made that from memory.
yo, I'm a legend in my hometown. Giant of the genre, I'm a leader. And my fire causing problems for thermometers with lyrics by the leaders. And I flip them like the moves that lead the leader pins. Took a breather, now it's time to eat again. Only child, holding down myself, I never needed friends. I ain't here for buddies, I was drafted in the league to win. The passion separate me from these average niggas thieving. But I ain't having that, so I'ma mash them till the treason end. This whoever I want, don't ask me for the reasoning. Cause y'all niggas is suckers, and I'm never kissing asses. But the Arnold Palmer album is a classic from the seasoning. Floating, all these hoverboard flows and making sheet of spit. Trying splitting time.
I'm digging the flow so far. I just wish his vocals were a little bit louder. I don't know if when they went in the mix, they were trying to make the vocal fit inside the beat. If that's the case, they need to just turn the track up completely, is what it is. But sometimes sometimes YouTube will turn down the volume in the video itself. So it's also things for video makers as well. It's best to, no matter what if you can possibly do it, make sure that you submit your vocals, or not vocals, your music. Yeah, your vocals and your instrumental. Try to make them in WAV as much as you can. Only reason why is because it's at a higher quality of sound of the actual audio, and they'll actually compensate for whatever YouTube does and still be able to give you what you need. So you got to pay attention to those kind of things when you do it. And also for the people who do ciphers, try your hardest to make sure that you submit these particular verses in WAV. I know it's a lot bigger and it could, take a little bit more time, but I promise you everything lays in a little bit better when they import everything, and it's just easier.
Between the rapping and production in my prime, I deliver, got the packages erupting off the grid. They can't figure out what's happening with us, cause they gave up on their dreams, so they try to make it seem like I'm doing something wrong, and I have to give it up. But I built my own path, so I don't have to give a fuck. 10 years ago, they told me my direction wouldn't pay and I should stop, cause rapping about wrestling was gay, but I ain't listen to them. Never let a hater make you straight, they all gone, but you still here, rated here today. I'ma never fade away, no debating on my place amongst the greats. They gonna turn far rock the rate away. Yeah, not really action if they liking it or not. They gonna have to build a statue of my likeness up on mine. I done fought the occupiers, still fighting for the spot. Double RJ the giant, bet the Titan got a lot with the APA recipe written on the scripture. I done took my time growing up the listeners a picture. Artwork is like you listening to pictures, cause the game been sick, so I fixed them in Melissa. It was written on the list and mixing Jericho and Nas. All the words I spit official, let her know the rise. A competitor say he better, you know that it's a lie, cause he's standing on another man's shoulders trying to fly. I'm a self-made man in a self-made lane. When these self-made beats, they just self-made lane. Shit, I'm motivated by this hunger till I earl. Stand tall, I'm a giant, Wraith wonder of the world. Yeah, I'm motivated by this hunger till I earl. Stand tall, I'm a giant, Wraith wonder of the world. Yeah, I'm motivated by this hunger till I earl. Stand tall, I'm a giant, Wraith wonder of the world. Yeah, I do it for my young son and little girl. Stand tall, I'm a giant, Wraith wonder of the world. Yeah, I'm motivated by this hunger till I earl. Stand tall, I'm a giant, Wraith wonder of the world. Yeah.
I'm digging the energy on the record because I like gritty boom bap types of records, and I like the fact that he's into wrestling, so that's his particular nerd niche, is rapping about wrestling, like Rand and T Call and Valid and a whole bunch of individuals that rap over that stuff. So I dig it because I'm a wrestling fan as well. So like I said, in Nerdcore, it's not just anime and cartoons and things like that. There are people who are fans of the wrestling and and all those particular science fictions and live action shows and stuff. So keep that in mind where it comes to that too. The only thing is, in the mix, I just would have preferred the vocals be more on top, because he had more to say than just rapping some bars. It was really just kind of conversational. And other than that, the record is dope to me. So I like to see more from this person. So, and I like, the Arnold Palmer album, of course, that's dope. That's one of my favorite drinks. So, I'm very hype about that. So keep that in mind when it comes to stuff. Alrighty. Next one is impressions. How many songs did Black Frost submit today? We just have to wait for that one. We're going to come back. All right. ABH. You got another beat, so let's go into that. Reckless, what up, man? How you doing?
Close your eyes, only got one night. Just put your trust in me. Give me everything. I need your love tonight. So baby, please don't fight it. Put your trust in me. I'll give you everything. 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 Everything.
Yeah, this is really, really clean. Like, I really like how clean this mix is. I can hear the drum just fine. I can hear the bass by itself. I like all of that. That's super clean. I like that a lot. Only thing I would do is see if this is the last thing you would need to do. Keep everything where you need to be. All you need is just a thick bottom. It doesn't have to be a bass. It don't have to be anything like that. It could be literally any of those keyboard notes or anything like that. Keep that as a mid, but also duplicate it and put a low part on it. If you put a low part on it, it's perfect. And that's something I want to let you guys know. For when it comes to low end, it doesn't always have to be bass. It does not always have to be an 808 or a bass line when I mean for low end. You do not have to automatically think that. Keep in mind, like I said, every instrument has a low, a medium, and a high, right? So utilize the lows in those instruments that you've already played, and then that could give you a bass that you never thought you would have. Now you not only have a bass, but you have a melodic one where somebody can hear it clearly in the car, but at the same time hear it good in the headphones. You know what I'm saying? And that's where the three tests are coming from. That's from the headphones, that's from the speakers, and that's from the car. So if they all sound equally the same in all three of those avenues, you got a mix. So keep that in mind when it comes to it.
So hold on to me. Never let me go. Right here in your arms is where I wanna be. So hold on to me. Look me in the eyes under the night sky for eternity.
I dialed back a little bit of the wet and the reverb, just a little bit, because when she gets to those higher parts of the vocals, it kind of pierces a little bit of the high end portion. So keep in mind that when you're doing reverb, when you add a reverb, you're adding in more volume as well. So when you have that, it works. What you can do is that you can make it more of a spacious type of vocal. So what you can do is you could be able to, with your reverb, just kind of open it up, like open up the room, not necessarily the volume, but like the room of it. So it gives this acoustic echo effect, which is what they like to call the bathroom experience, where if you're talking in the back room, you hear the echo and then you hear the surrounding the room. A lot of times they do that in video games just to let you know about the depth of how big a particular room is. Perfect example is like Halo or Final Fantasy or Skyrim or anything like that. Like any kind of, dramatic effect that you want to have for the listener is normally that's what that's used for. So keep in mind when it comes to that. But like I said, I'm liking the mix. The clarity is good. All that stuff's fine. If you ever did it before, I would recommend playing a little bit with the saturation in the voice. See if you can get a little bit of that extra trim on the vocal that may just make it just a tad muddy. is not something that an average person would hear, but somebody who's like doing music or anything like that will definitely hear it. No problem at all. I got it, bro. You can see it right there on the screen on the bottom of the messages. I got it already. I know I'm joshing you, bro. Don't worry. But that's what I'm thinking right now for that. But other than that, I'm really liking the groove of this song. Yep, I'm really liking that. And it's just for a song to be where it needs to be. Everybody else would be like, well, it took like, a minute and a half for it to get into where it needs to. I'm like, nah, man, sometimes certain tracks just deserve a vibe. And then what other people need to know as producers too is not all beats are made to be rapped on or singed on or anything. You could just make an instrumental and it'd be just great the way it is. If you don't believe me, I mean, think about video game soundtracks. There isn't barely a vocal or person on it on some of those, and they'd be one of the greatest ones of all time, like Super Mario, you know what I mean, or Sonic the Hedgehog or any of those. Those are some of the GOAT official soundtracks, and they don't even have a word on them. So keep that in mind too, especially, music is, subjective to whatever listener that you have. So, like I said, that would be to an audience. So, ABH out there dropping them beats, and I'm definitely digging a lot of them. Who knows? I might actually hit them up for one. We'll see. All right. Next one going to Rice. Let's go Rice. Fire Force song. Okay. I'm liking how clear the vocals are for you, Rice, man. You definitely came a long way with a lot of this stuff, especially doing your own vibrato and being comfortable with it. I like that the most.
I feel it in my bones. Why did you leave me alone? I remember all the things you said before you laid me to bed. Still hear your voice in my head, even though I know you're dead. I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of what I'm afraid of. The darker side of me, it burns away my memories. I walk in flames to see the beast inside me is free. Nothing that you can say to stop me, 'cause I'm not falling. I found a way to my dreams. I found my calling.
You know what I like even more is that you sound more confident. You feel more sure about what you're singing. You're not necessarily singing so you can be able to fix it later. You actually singing it like it's where it needs to be. And then you go into it and tweak it and make it better. And that's something about singing and something about rapping that you got to get to the point. You got to get to the point where you feel confident enough of the way that you're saying, the way you're conveying a song, to when you mix it later, it becomes fun. What you don't want to do in rap or music or anything, I'm just letting you know for experience. You don't want to get into that thing of it being completely unsure, because then you're going to rely 80% of it praying to God that the mix will make it better where it needs to. I've also struggled in that when it comes to music, but it's just about being confident in the things that you're saying. Now, when I mean by confident, I don't mean as oh, I'm the shit, I can rap, blah, 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 these bars, blah, blah, blah. Because keep in mind, you talking yourself up on the internet like that, and then you're not delivering the type of quality that you're talking about. You're only, digging yourself a bigger grave. You feel what I'm saying? So be confident, but be at the same time persevere and want to know that you can get better. Never feel like you are thoroughly the best, because if you just think that you're the best all the way through, you will never improve. And that's in anything in life. It's anything. So keep that in mind where it comes to that. What I mean by confident, I mean like confident as in you said it the best way you felt you could say it. And I think that's why I need to clarify that a little bit more for everybody, for everybody. If you're rapping and you feel like that is the best take that you got, that you could think of at that moment, that's when you will start the mix. Don't start the mix right when you just get it right the first time. See, when it comes to me, like, for example, if I'm doing a verse for somebody or something like that, and I'm just letting everybody know that has me on certain songs, what I will do in the verse is that I will rap it until I can rap it all the way through once, right? And then after I got that, I save that take. Then the next thing I do is like, okay, I got all the way through. Cool. Now I'm going to record this verse again with the real information, like the real energy that I have. Sometimes I could be able to rap it just being nonchalant and be cool. And then I will take that and be able to re-record it with the ambition I want to record it with. And the reason why you do that is because you already know in your mind, you already went through this already. So that you got it all the way through, whether if it was messy or not, it can be done. So then you go into the next one and rap that verse with yo, da 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 da, and rap the way you need to. And then you get a better result. And then after you get that result, you could be like, okay, now I can add compression and reverb and all that stuff. But if you're not sure and you just kind of feel weary about how your voice sounds, what I recommend is record simultaneously. And what I mean by simultaneously is literally one of them you record completely dry, right? At the same time, record one with the whatever effects that you feel to be on there. So for example, if you're doing like an auto-tune live and all that stuff and you do those things, first thing I would do with that is if you're using auto-tune or something like that, make sure it's live, low latency, all that stuff. We'll go into that a different day. And you want to be comfortable to the point that the beat is on repeat and you practice the way you're singing the vocal, the way you're singing it on the track, how you're going to do it, all that stuff, right? So record one dry and record one with the effects simultaneously at the same time. You're going to have to, cope with the fact that you're going to be able to hear your dry vocal with your auto-tune as well. But after that, and you get it the way you need to, if the auto-tune was mixed perfectly, awesome. You know what I mean? If it wasn't, now you got the dry, but that was the way that you sang the track. So that's where you can change and tweak and EQ and all these things. So it's like tracing, basically. You're tracing the color over the paper or whatever, but maybe you messed up in that, but you still got the main, the main vocal you did in the first place. So you could take that main vocal you had was a dry and put all those necessary effects in there. Well, here's the thing about that. You 100% sometimes you can't mute it for what I've been seeing. Because sometimes when I click mute, when I mute the vocal for it, it won't show up. Like it won't show up like when I do the recording with it. I like having both so I can be able to see if the actual vocal is recorded. Some programs will allow you to do it, some won't. So it just really depends. I just have it both at the same time so I can be able to have a vocal monitoring of how I actually sound. Like, for example, like if I'm doing like an auto-tune song, most of the time I have my headphones like this. So I have it one on here like this and one on, one off. So I can be able to hear what I actually sound like dry and what it sounds like an auto-tune at the same time to make sure I'm hitting the notes necessarily. You know what I mean? So, like I said, there's many different ways of going about the avenue for it. But I just wanted to say that. But Rice, like I said, you're definitely growing, and I'm liking to see how everybody is doing stuff. But what's good, Mac? What's going on?
I'm not the monster that they want me to be, that they think I
I'm getting Van Halen vibes. This is nice. Or Led Zeppelin. I'm starting to hear that a little bit. This makes me smile, man. This is really, really cool. Hey, man. That's what I was saying, especially when it came to when he hit his higher voice, like, you know, like the higher note, and then I could hear the vibrato shaking a certain way. Like, that's why I was getting a Van Halen, Led Zeppelin vibe, which is awesome. So, like I said, man, you know, this might be the particular vein of type of beats you should pick. Honestly, I know you could do a lot of different things, but this one looks like your sweet spot. Kind of like with Suyo, with like certain beats that have like an open, you know, like an open space, so he can be able to do what he needs to, and then the 808s hit where they need to. It's like the same thing. And JK over like heavy drums and stuff like that, you know. But hold on a second. It's time, huh, Mr. Rose? It's time. What's it time for? What's it time for? He out here showing up because he got a haircut now. So what's it time for? You know, that's far then. All right, so Suyo's next, Nikki, JK, Zero, then Suyo. So that's where that cipher is. So, we'll go to Suyo real quick. Yep, we'll just go to the list, and then we'll go right into that cipher. Because it looked like it might be the last one on the particular list until I see something crazy. Watch this. Look at that, another person submitting. See? Always. Yeah, it was close. All right. Now, here's the question, though. Technically, Suyo, you are next. So do you want to swap yours to the end to play that cipher? You get that choice because it's technically your choice. So here's my question. Do you want to go right to the cipher because of the fact that you are next technically? Or do you want to just go through your track and we go to the end? It's up to you. I'm putting the ball in your court, sir. What you want to do? Dang, he said, nah, let's do mine first. Well, Jamar, looks like you're going to have to wait. Save the best for last. You know, I'm going to judge you guys thoroughly, thoroughly hard, right? You know, this ain't going to be one of those. I'm going to judge you thoroughly hard. Not you, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Because there's some rappers on there, and I will tell you, and I don't mean by bars, I mean by mix. I don't judge bars because then that's subjective. Whether you thought it was mid or I thought it was mid, I'm not going to do that to y'all. All right, Sue, let's go.
Better double down when you're running, I'ma see ya. I'ma chop a scene, keep you running like you see ya. Hanging with that crew, there ain't nothing that you see ya. I'm the pirate king, monkey motherfucking D. Better double down when you're running, I'ma see ya. I'ma chop a scene, keep you running like you see ya. Hanging with that crew, there ain't nothing that you see ya. I'm the pirate king, monkey motherfucking D. It's sunny on my side. Be keeping no.
Only thing I would say, Sue, is what I would like in the hook. I'm just saying because this is year 2, so I'm gonna tell you different things a little bit more deeper than where it needs to be. But you'll see what I mean. You know, like monkey motherfucking D. I would have, you know, like when you're going like and literally, you know, change the tone of how you're singing the vocal, because then that's what kind of brings the whole hook in. You know what I'm saying? You can have it the same particular tone. That's no problem. I personally would have, you know, went down on the singing vocal of that. You know what I mean? Because then it just kind of na 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 na. You get what I'm saying? It would have been more melodic with the hook. You get what I'm saying? But that's just, like I said, that's preference. But I'm just letting you know that's something that you can think about when you're doing those for the harmonies.
Better double down when you're running, I'ma see ya. When my chopper sing, keep you running like a sea. Hanging with that crew, there ain't nothing that you see. I'm the pirate king, monkey motherfucking
Dia.
It's sunny on my side. Brooke be keeping notes of all the niggas that dick ride. Ever since I was a youngin', I was searching for fist fights. I dislike not getting my respect, even despite my back in the wall. Sick me calling, I'm ready to brawl. These niggas who swear they can beat me at all, still overly confident who bound to fall. None of y'all popping the gap, we're making $1 billion back. 22 making them facts, can never relax. My crew is running the match, circles I know of you cats. Hope to win, I hope that we got ways out. Strong, have pirates, so you can't debate out. Strong we are, keep us smile, you'll never frown. Keep the spark, we made a mark and better double down when you're running, I'ma see ya. When my chopper sing, keep you running like you see ya. Hanging with that crew, there ain't nothing that you see ya. I'm the pirate king, monkey motherfucking D.I.
Yeah, I'm not like I am digging the way this mixes. Not I don't like, my bad. I don't mean to say that. But what I'm saying is I like the clarity of it. Your mix is getting better every single time. So certain things I would even talk about or even say, I don't really have to say it too much to you like that. The mix is where it needs to be. It's been sitting like that for a couple months now. So you got an idea how your stuff is. I'm just giving you creative critiques now at this point.
Better double down when you're running, I'ma see ya. When my chopper sing, keep you running like you see ya. Hanging with that crew, there ain't nothing that you see ya. I'm the pirate king, monkey motherfucking D.I. Me and all the crew, we keep it business. In this industry, you gotta be real gifted. Tempted to cause any war until I witnessed. Attempted, making a divide inside the system. Won't miss them, even if they block me, they ain't messing with the bag chasers. Cloud chasers can really go and kiss my ass later. Can't save them, got a community to ask favors. Get greater, there's no debating there's no debating what we can't do in 2022.
He think he got a bar saying things we can't do in 2022. He thought he was sweet when he said that.
This year, my entire life changed. Made music, hit 1K, hit pretty much every possible goal I had. And it was because of you guys. So I appreciate everything y'all do, and I love you.
Aw, he cares about us. He cares about us. Well, that's why you had to wait, Mr. Rose, because he wanted to tell us that he cares about us. So you have to wait. All right, let's go, Nikki. Actually, did I hear this song? No, probably not. Okay, Dante, what up, though?
Yeah, I miss the freestyle sessions in the square with my friends. A lot of lifelong lessons came from there. If I said we would go our separate ways, would you think it to be true? If I told you it gets better, would you view it as the truth? Would you? Yeah. Would you listen to a word I was saying? I've been searching for a purpose, steady surfing on this wave, throwing caution to the wind. Now they cautious of my pen. Why you talking like a friend? All along you pretend, not a friend, I could tell. In the end, give them hell. Every word I excel, yeah. Check the verses that I'm writing when I pen them down. First they curse us, now they worship what I'm saying now. Worse than worse is how they talk until we come around. Cause talk is cheap and you can tweet but you won't say it loud. Yeah. So dear Nikki, just bear with me. It gets tricky, some years missing, these tears trickle, they feel different.
I feel Nicki Track's verses. Like I hear the beat and I know he rapping and I'm like, yeah, I feel this. It's hip hop for me. So I'm just like, yeah, I'm already there. What you should do sometimes, Nicki, is like when you got gaps like that with no hook or anything like that, you probably should hit up Suyo or hit up somebody. Or what you could do is you could do what like Jay Electronica does and a couple other people, is that they'll have passages that match what they're talking about. Like maybe you get something from a television show or something somebody says the quote or anything and just kind of mix them back and forth with that. I think that'd be dope. Or like you can just find, I don't know. It's especially when it's a dear letter type of thing. You should find something that correlates with that to make you feel like that's why you were inspired to write that song. Because then they'll have the different gap. I like the beat the way it is, 100%. I'm just saying those are certain things that I would implement into your particular records when you have the gaps and spaces. I think that'll work well for you. It doesn't work well for everybody, but it'll work well for you based on the tone and the demeanor that you're putting it into. So keep that in mind when it comes to that.
Yeah, don't try to tell me that I'm wasting my time, cause time is money and I keep it a stack. I went from sniffing lines to writing lines that you quote, let's keep it at that. And since we speaking on facts, keep on speaking on tracks. I like it like that, the underdog, I can see that you mad. I keep it a G on the track, and as far as I'm concerned, you can't see me on the track. Look, it seems like it's been a lifetime since I was on my porch, just a kid bumping thug life, smoking Newports, taking resin hits just to get high. I used to stay up late just to write rhymes on food stamps and wig just to get by. You know those times always stick with you. I know it's hard to believe, but don't get confused. They say it's what you achieve, cause you don't get to choose. Cause life is what you make of it, you gotta stick and move. You can't become complacent, confront your fears and face them. Take the good with the bad, then embrace it if they try to tell you what the...
Beat's kind of fast. And I know that you have a particular tone and rhythm with it. Just let the beat vibe, man. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to push it right on the handle every single time. Sometimes when you're rapping on certain beats like that, what you can do is taking gaps, taking breaks, saying them a little bit slower works out too. You're on beat. I'm not saying that you're not on beat or you're not on poise. What I'm saying is if you heard the first demeanor of how exactly you're rapping before, and then it switched into another beat, keep in mind of those things as well based on the energy of how you do it. You know how to ride the beat, bro. There's not any doubts, period, about you not knowing how to do that. So that's something you don't have to worry about. What I'm saying now, it's about putting in those essence, your essence kind of thing. Kind of like, for example, perfect example, listen to Hovey Baby by Jay-Z, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, what I mean by that. Just kind of throwing your cadence, like certain things like that in the verses. I swear certain things like that, like and all of those kind of set the tone of the beat and allows you to be more free in the way that you rap. That's all I'm saying. I know you were having a lot of it is really about strings and putting them together, lines and putting those together. But I'm telling you, those little things will literally change the accent of the way you rap. And that's how people just kind of like, they're like, all right, I'm with them now. You want to make sure that the listener is also able to follow the rhythm of your rapping too. I can follow it just fine because I'm a rapper. But if somebody who isn't, they may just be digging the flow. But you want to get them not only to dig the flow, you want them to dig what you're saying at the same time with the flow. Or you stop the flow to get them more on track. Feel what I'm saying? Right now, you're at the train station. There's like 30 tracks going at once, right? You want everybody to be on Nicki's track. You feel me? That I just thought of that just now. That's a bar, and you owe me money for that. So I'm just kidding.
Wise, fuck them, they just couldn't take it. And we could keep it at that. It's Nicki.
Alrighty. I dig beats like that. I like emotional beats and all that kind of stuff. So I'm good with that, period. Nicki, people sleep on Nick. So I mean, I'm just saying there's a whole bunch of heavy hitters in here. Like Jamar is a heavy hitter himself. I watched that kid grow a year, this year or last year, you could say. I watch that stuff. I watch all of y'all. You know what I mean? And, even though they think I don't, because I'm not a person that listens to all the big ciphers. Like, you're not going to see me, like, all the time knowing when DPS or when Rustage or when Swabity or any of them drop ciphers and all that stuff. I miss them every time because usually on Monday I'm listening to individuals that are not at that Titan pole. You know what I mean? Everybody in the world has seen those, so what do I need to react to those? But woo, that was a bar. I'll be like, woo, I rap too, you know? So it's just like that kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? So much love, Jermaine. I already seen you killing stuff, and everybody in your crew as well. I mean, that's subjective, but that's how I feel. All right. Next one, JK. That's my boy. Did I hear this before? No, I don't think so. What's a cipher?
Almighty, take away your life, you shatter your whole entire world. Don't play nicely, fight me, but know that I bring power like unhype. Still the Akatsuki. I'm like none other, you know. You're nothing less Kurama stealing the show. Pathetic with nothing to beast, you're not foe. You're simply a vessel for something that's so better than you. It's a circus, cause you all acting like a bunch of clowns. Lesson for you, better learn this. You can fight back when we pull it to town. I am your god, you're a servant. Now just accept your demise and lie down. I'm a prodigy, you're worthless. You don't deserve to wear this golden crown. Yeah, orphaned, abandoned, Nagato bandit. Created a home for us, he began planning. Soon the word 6 resurrected, bestowed on us a new power, nothing you've known. So when we show you best, now what's the end? You and now we are enemies, now we're your friends. You know you can't beat the god that I am with the no money push. It's over, you're dead.
What is getting Chris on lately? I'm telling you, this kid gets better every day.
Breed a bath, I'm a farming man, green thumb, but I'm like a weed taking up your land. You can try to take me out, but I will only grow. Any type of chakra you wanna try will only show that you cannot stop me. Really just wasting your time and your energy, feeding my body, stealing your everything, and I'm bombing your vitality, taking your spiritual energy, filling my will, depleting your cells, they feed me well, I'm starting to swell. Successfully making a harvest, I'm making a profit, and someone a story to tell. Stacking my efforts, I rise to the top, cutting your quotas, they're roosting you, sink to the bottom, discarding your throwing the scraps to the now I am moving and taking out everything, making you walk on the road to brutality, causing you pain till you turn to fatality. Set it in stone, now we talk about destiny. I give him the summon.
Let's go, JK. Let's go.
Feeling I'm dominant, stealing your soul out your body. Don't try to conceal it, just answer me honest in spirit and not incoherent. You're meant to be honest, if it's lies that I'm hearing. Do not want to hear it, you gotta be way what you say to the gate. I'm holding the power to rejuvenate, saving the life, it could take it away. I'm one of the prominent pains, they all have a power, but I'm not the same. Picking a path and I'm paving the way, choosing your place when the judgment is made. Getting a grip on your throat, just needing a slip in the tongue, done. If you decide that you won't, just live and you're giving it up. We see it as odd to believe we are gods, finally coming round. We share similar views like a cylinder too, but I'm bringing the summit out. In hell, he's the king, so tell everything you're facing. A lot of trouble now, the thing that you need, and you're even defeated, just gotta double down.
I like the fact that he did a double time and then made his own particular melodic cadence in it. That's what I mean by that, Nikki. Like, you could do things like that. Not in this sense. I'm not telling you to do what they did. I'm telling you in the way that you do yours. That's what I mean. It's a down, down, down. You know what I mean? It's something that you make the moat. Remember, it's called Make the Moat. Like we were talking about maybe 6 or 7 months ago, where it's like at the end of the day, you got a castle, and then you want to make sure that nobody can touch you on that castle, as in nobody can match the flow that you have. So what do? You dig a flow around what the main idea is going to be. Then the water comes in, and how smooth the water goes in and how it moves around, the better. You just make your moat, you make your style, you make your flow. That's just the best way of doing it. And that's for anybody who's, you know, trying to learn about rap and things of that aspect. Just got to make sure you make your own flow, because if you don't, then you look like a river. And then when you look like a river, that means everybody's doing the exact same thing. There's nothing really special about you. You just rapping the same flow with everybody else. And that makes it kind of no fun. You know what I mean? Because rivers cause floods. And then when rivers cause floods, it destroys everything anyway. And that's the reason why you don't want to be like that. That's just a metaphor in life.
I'm an animal packed on a cannibal. It's standable because it's commandable. Because it's not intangible, but I'm compatible like I'm tangible, like I'm animal.
Well, there's one thing I will say. There is a lot of high-end saturation on the vocals, where it just kind of like it seems like it's a little bit like there's not any mid or lowers in those. So you got to pay attention to that too. And I've been hearing that throughout this part. So if that's the case, they're possibly putting the same vocal through the same filter, the same compression, the same reverb and all that. And that's why some of them sound nasalier than the others.
Yeah, I'm gonna destroy your mandibles. Laughable cause you're unchangeable. I'm trolled by pain cause you're insurpassable. Bitch, I'm biocompatible. Fighting for mass element disaster. Lucky I'm expandable. Expelliarmus, rugged with Jarvis, cause the buttons are godly. You probably don't wanna fight me. Take it down, shinobi army. Need nobody to fit to disarm me. Hey, no gamma bunta, no gamma kiji, no blood,
someone on my freak, you'll go to suffer like an in the shadows, miss someone up to take your hat off. You know that I'm trained, cause I am going insane. If not that I can run with the rain, cause I'm the animal pain.
See? And then you heard that I'm the animal path of pain. He wasn't able to finish that because of the 16 bar of the cadence. And that's why I say about knowing 16s and knowing timestamps at the same time. It's not a bad thing to tell somebody a timestamp so you could be able to stay organized in a cipher, but it's also good to know that what 16 bars means on that timestamp. So you have to make sure it lands where it needs to be on beat so you can be able to pass it on with the thing. It's not necessarily a baton type of situation where it's like you're running with the person and then you're handing them the baton right when you finish your last word. You want to be, the baton got to be in hand, not with your hand on it, in hand before that, when that verse ends. That last word has to be the And remember that each time in ciphers, because if you don't, it makes it seem sloppy and it's hard for the next person to be able to rap on that cue because you did that. However, this is where I mean by what I was saying by different things. Like when he said, I'm an animal path of pain. The name, you know what I mean? Or you could take the word path of pain and then the word says pain. Like, darling, no, I'm not going insane. Probably to bring it back for the membrane with the ecosystem is insane. You know what I mean? You could do something that brings it up to that point. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind too.
Put a metal out and behead the speed. Rolled 6 parts, I got 6 arms. Call you all, you won't ever get the best of me. An entity, not enemy. For the air with intensity, I'm the enemy. Then I strike with the centerpiece when I come across extremity. Be black and red like the attire. Got a mission, we don't ever tire. Not a touchy, but I'm spitting fire. Your scream say it higher, no, it's the McGuire. You're dead when I bring out the iron. Get hit till blue like Biden. You best me, but you lying. If you step to me, leave you lying. Bring brain like the hidden brain village. Mess with us and your body go missing. You're lucky if you are left living. Only bring pain, we don't know forgiveness.
Reading your mind, don't talk out of line. I am a god you cannot define. You thought you were fine, now remember you will die. I yank out your soul, we only have one goal. We will bury the nation cause of the freedom they stole.
See what I mean? Like, everything sounds good where it needs to be, but when you take those breaks, you got to make sure you know where you are in the beat. Because if you don't, what happens is it'll sound like it's not necessarily with it, even though the way he was rapping it with his energy is the way you need to. But at the same time, when you get into those points, make sure when you're writing the moat, like I said about the circle, writing the moat, make sure that there's not any clunks at the bottom of it. Because if it is, that's where it just won't flow right. You know what I mean? That's where you get tidal waves and stuff from. You want to make sure things stay current, like a racetrack. You just don't want to have any bumps in the road and things like that. So try to eliminate those as much as possible.
We arrive and the fight's over. You wanna die, then come closer. All of you ninjas are so lower. Eating these people like yakisoba. Took down the leaf, now we coming for Naruto. We left them cross, now they feeling like Obito. Now I'll pass it to the god, yeah. Bow to the almighty Nagato.
Last thing I'm going to say is this. When you guys are doing these ciphers, please, for the love of God, no matter how many times you get irritated by everybody in the group, please, 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 let the people hear this cipher before you put it out. This will end so many problems. You will keep the friends you have. You will keep the feature collab, because keep in mind, they will do ciphers with you. Game Boy Jones might give you a verse, Diggs will give you a verse, all that stuff, right? But if you don't do the cipher right by the way it's mixed or anything like that, they're not going to want to work with you again. So even if you get that opportunity and then you reach out to them, of course they'll get busy. But if it's something that they like to rap about and they know that you're very efficient with the cipher that you're putting together, then, then individuals will really dig what you're doing. I'm just saying that's very important. I'm seeing that problem all the time. Just because the artist sent you the verse, it doesn't mean that person mixed it. You know what I'm saying? It don't mean that person mixed it. ABX, what's up? And you got your own emote? Damn, ABX out here fire. I want my own emote. That's cool. Okay, I'm being distracted. But nah, man, that's very, very important. If you want to build a rapport with anybody in the community, especially if it's somebody who may have a bigger fan base than you, and I don't mean as in bigger Nerdcore, little Nerdcore, because we're not doing that. We already talked about that. We know, you know where I stand with that. But if it's somebody who looks like, you know, that has a little bit more experience, I'll just say experience instead of bigger fan base. We'll just say they have a little bit more experience. So if you get somebody like that on there, or let's say you just pay for the verse, right? I mean, we've all been there before. And if you don't have the mix where it needs to be, or at least acknowledge them and say, hey, what do you think of this? You know, they may be like, okay, this is cool, but I think I might have an idea of somebody else who can mix this song. And then you get somebody who gives you an even more quality song, or you meet another relationship based off of that. That's pretty important. You know what I mean? So you want to build relationships with not only the artists you work with, but the people who are mixing it and the people with the AMVs as well. Don't be weary about saying to somebody who's doing an AMV for you and be like, you know, this might not be the wave. This is not it. You know, this is not it. Or it's not hitting the way it needs to. Or let the people who are in the cypher see the video before you do it. At the end of the day, you just want to make sure that everything looks the best way possible, because, you know, when people are involved with the track, what do? They share it more, right? You'll see more people. Have you noticed that sometimes where there'll be a cypher and then certain people really don't share it like that because they're kind of like, I don't know how I feel about it? Pay attention to those cues. I'm not telling you to go up there and be like, why don't you share our cypher? What's your problem? Don't make Nerdcore beefs, because I have to have conversations about it every time. And I'm tired. I'm tired of having those conversations. So if you guys can keep it cool and keep it fun and keep it all hunky-dory, I'll be good. That way I don't have to keep posting these, you Nerdcore people, oh my God, and it gets annoying sometimes. So I just want to let you know, these are things that you can avoid. These are arguments that you can stop. All you have to do is just be like, hey, I got a mix on this. Let's see what's up. See what you think. So this is where it's at. Hey, don't worry about it, Carter. You already know, man. You good. Don't worry about it. All right. But that's where we are on that.
Saving the best for last. I'm living in shadows, but having a blast. My plan is exciting, you won't be surviving. Mess with this man, I'll be kicking your ass. Purple light like I'm messing with lean. I'm too upshot, they don't know what I mean. Bring it on me, I come with a team. I cannot be seen, but they know I'm supreme. Causing havoc, but I'm not in the scene. Don't have any souls, but already a beast. Ice cold, hunting, killing machine. I am dependent as God, you can already see. Killing these models, I do all of these on a whole other level, you cannot compete. I am a ghost, not Casper, and I really friend if you're coming at me. Yeah, that's it for peace. I'm rolling with killers, you cannot defeat us. So take it to Jesus, I'm tipping the meat. If you're heading on me, I don't fuck with you either. I'm hard like a fever, wind up like a leader. You know I'm the leader. They bitch like a skeezer, bring face like a heater. But Devon demeanor to feel like a Peter. Just call me the Reaper. Roll with an angel like Conan, I need her.
Let's go, Kid. I don't think I've heard Kid J before. I'm pretty sure I may have, maybe a while ago. The name sounds familiar, but this is something I want to say. Let me hear this one more time. This part, if it's okay.
Already see, killing these models, I do all of these on a whole other level, you cannot compete. I am a ghost, not Casper, and I really friend if you're coming at me.
Right here.
I'm rolling with killers, you cannot defeat us, so take it to Jesus, I'm tipping the meat. If you're heading on me, I don't fuck with you either. I'm hard like a fever, wind up like a leader, you know I'm the leader. They bitch like a skeezer, bring face like a heater. But Devon demeanor to feel like a Peter. Just call me the Reaper, roll with an angel like Conan, I need her.
I like the fact that he's using the compound word to rap over the first and the last part of the last bar. That's definitely dope. And what's hard about this is that people tend to slur, you know what I mean, when it comes to that. I didn't hear really any slurs here. He could use a de-esser to make it a little bit cleaner, but I like the fact that he is enunciating every one of those particular words like that. And I've seen a lot of you been doing that a lot better, you know, since I started last January. Like, I'm really hearing you not only chopping it correctly, but now you're chopping it at a pristine level where you're competing with everybody else. That's the whole point of this place. It's not me just to review the, you know, the newer people and then just being where it needs to be. Like, y'all really getting it together. Like, really getting it together. And then pretty soon, you know, you'll have fan bases that's just like them. You know what I mean? Like, keep in mind, you know, Game Boy Jones fans could be your fans too. It's not like they can't just listen to one, listen to the other. You know what I'm saying? You build a base of quality. That's what this is for. It isn't just about, you know, just the fan bases and trying to get up in Nerdcore or whatever, where it needs to be. This is building the steam of quality. So if you wanted to do something else, you could, and you have those skills to do so. That's the point. This isn't a class of how to get you to 100 million subscribers. You know what I'm saying? This is so you can get there, and if you get on that track and you get that day, you body that dude. And that's what it's here for. I want to see people bodying people. like when it gets to those bigger ciphers and I see, like, you know, I see Jamar, or I see JK, or I see Nikki, or I see No Limit, or I see Rice, or I see Suyo on a hook. I want these bigger individuals getting bodied and not even realizing how dope the other people are. That's what my goal is. I'm like this when that happens. Period. I'm like that. That's what I'm waiting for. That's what I wait for. I look for that and I say, okay, I'm ready to hear what this dude got. I'm here. I'm here to see where they at. I'm here to see what Afro and Diggs and everybody at. I want to know. I want these individuals to have to make sure they write the best verse possible, not because they write some throwaway verse because they got 2 weeks to come with it. They got to come with bars all the time, or a flow, or a cadence, or a chopper style, or a strategy. That's what I want. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want. But that's just me being a fan. You know what I mean? So keep that in mind.
I may be kidding, but we're not the same. I may need some stronger than all of you lames. I am a god, but I stay in your lane. Can't put your life just to kill you again. Defeating me, you have nothing to gain. Controlling the spins like I'm playing a game. Comes to my station, your body get played. I see this world, they're all no pain.
That's how I feel. Digging that. Pain's one of my favorite Naruto characters ever, so I'm not even mad or cringing or nothing. This is dope. All right, Cyril, your turn, and then we're going to go into this Nerdcore freshman cipher, who I need to look for. Hey, low-key, this is kind of funny.
I was wondering if you could play that song again.
Oh, the Mr. Krabs beat? I need to hear that.
Why nobody got this bitch so cold?
Olympus isn't big enough for two of us, gratuitous. Balancing section shit is ludicrous, we shoot 'em up. Rigor mortis, leave 'em in a pool of blood, is marvelous. Bitches gon' be ranting down to bullshit like this Spartacus. Okay, you following your girl, she swallowing. I'm wobbling her, she modeling, and now she's offering and gossiping. About how you don't treat her right, acknowledge it. I took your bitch, I'm beating up that pussy like a boxing it. Bing bong. Dumb as shit.
Really?
Bitches like Chuck and know that shit expiring, yeah.
Yeah, actually, let me explain why that is a 0 out of 10 track.
Motherfuckers idiots, not a steady cut, yeah, back it up, stack that shit up, getting cut, yeah, get shook, pockets empty, shit, fuck, rookie, one stretch foot, we got pop side,
Oh, of course, Rice, man. Appreciate you being there. Joke songs are dope. Cyril, you definitely was rapping the way you needed to for that 16 with it. Now we are here. So go get your people, Jamar, if you have them. See if they could just hop on in. I'll give them a clean 2 minutes. 9 minutes, Jesus Christ. All right. Yeah, Fitz, I was doing the same thing. I was like, yeah. All right, man. I'm gonna give you a clean 2 minutes to get your squad in here. We gonna react to this because these are individuals, and some of them are students, some aren't. But I'm gonna give it a react. And then that way you can clip it and do whatever you need to. I'm gonna be fair. Like I said, I'm not the reactor that just goes over like every bar you say. So anybody who watches these reaction videos are thinking they're gonna react to their cipher, or react to their verse. I'm kind of a person that's just kind of digging to the vibe. So don't think I think your stuff is mid or not hot or anything like that at all. Don't even look at that. I'm just enjoying it for what it is. So just so you know. Alrighty. Okay, so next one we're gonna go into here. And this one's probably gonna take us out of the out of time to about 10 o'clock. So alrighty. Gave them the time and let's go. Okay, Delta, Reese left, Trollo, Sulo, Nikki, Slick, Chris Craig. Wait, how can y'all be how can y'all be freshmen from last? Well, technically, I guess. All right, I get it. So don't worry.
Hey man, y'all know what it is.
Oh dang, I didn't mean to do that. Trying to get the list. Okay, got Macro, Golden, Deli, Def, Mugen. Okay, Delta, Reese, Crollo, Sue, Nikki, Slicks, Chris, Komodo. Okay. I know. All right, let's see what we got.
Double XL, Nerdcore freshman cipher. Part 2.
They ain't gon' like when I say this. Now you in the presence of the greatest, the worst generation taking over the stages. We got them paranoid, don't be afraid. It's inevitable, homie. Everything changes. Put in the work and I'm never stopping. White boy with soda, color me Kurosaki. I'm really with the static. I'm pulling up on your posse, kicking it in the sand. I'm drunk, feeling like broccoli.
That's how all of you feel today? This is what you feel today? Okay, all right.
Audible assassin, always ready for action. Get paid for my passion, all cash and taxing. Hitting the gas, doing the dash, I'm never crashing. Flows are everlasting, foes are outlast them. Blast them. Now you're throwing down with the freshmen. I skip class, but I still pass the assessment. Took a little while, now I found my direction. But time in the rhyme is a sound investment.
Move with a lot pen, y'all give me vibe and ghost writing. I don't do L's, Steph knows when I'm typing. Go 10 when I go, still frightened. Trunks in the bag for the coast, still diving. Run up on man, watch him shift, no titans. Yo man, no Gandalf, no frost in this giant. Prison man's go to the top like a tyrant. Hard in boxing, raw when we riding. CC's never gonna reach me. I don't do fresh, no text. Barry Allen when I DC. Ghost spirit gun, only pellets in his BB. Bring a flash cannon, cause I'm maxing out a PP. That's a dick joke, Nightwing, that's a freebie. Use the hip hop fighting, this is easy. Running my team like you run when you see me. Now fetch me some teeth, I'm done with this meeting, prick.
Okay, different beats. I like this. Cool.
I done made it on the list, shut the fuck up and listen. Westside Dilly in the motherfucking building. Every time I spit a sentence, everybody get it tripping. Big dog, you a pup, someone knowing like dimension. Look, I'm finished. I been cooking up these niggas like a bison. Sipping on some sake, remake out with a Kaisen. Venus flame on the spill wasabi. Looking for me, you can find me in the sky like Tommy. Listen, I'm not sparing feelings, I don't give a fuck. Crying on Twitter like bitches, it don't make a difference. You speak it, I live it. Yujiro, I gotta grow like I don't know my limits. Tanjiro, I met they nigga and they feel it. Rengoku, my spirit, I'm goaded. It's time I reveal it. Kurama, I just can't conceal it. I just can't conceal it.
Searching for depth in his.
That's a bar. That's a bar. That Naruto bar was fire. I'm just saying, people, that was fire. Everything else is fucking fuego. That just stopped me for a second.
Deep in the grave, you'll find me. Instant transmission too common. She got a curse, I need Maki. Drunk off sake, so I got hits like Pocky. Me said to die in the dark, it was no light. Feeling like mob, I go sucker when the time right. If I really die, put me back like a highlight. Death and Mugen, bloody Halloween, it was no fight. I keep the K like I'm Kusuo Sai. Keep giving me praises, I'm feeling almighty. I'm with my hoes like I'm Rakami. Call for my persona, his name is Anagi. Bet you see stars when you down the stone mask like Dio. You can use a stand if you need to. I was down bad, but I never had to cry like Deku. All might, I wanna be a hero.
See me moving, your bitch call me Mugen. I stay with the blade, I be cutting it up. If a nigga won't smoke, we can't get this shit sparking. I'm always about action, I'm feeling like luck. Call me Luffy when I hit you with the gear, no guilty. Strive with the metal on my sword like Kiseki. Hitting Lotus, how we drop a nigga Rock Lee. Fucking Onami, she know where to find me. Chop it, hit him, he ain't make it in one piece. Bitch left for dead in my head like a jockey. Spoken so much, you gon' think I'm in Sky P. I'm with the master, you know I'm Miyagi. I could with the ice and I trap in the mist. If you fuck with my money, you sleep with the fish. Got a black dragon and it sit on my wrist. And it's death and Mugen, we never gon' miss.
Everybody. That is a body. I need to see a cemetery from now on from Cyphers. I need to see a cemetery. They have 4.
uncut. My bitch both ways like nunchucks. Baby, I'm set, tell me young one punch. The ball man that the hoes wanna fuck on. Just want a bad bitch, you know what I'm thinking. I'm Rock Lee fighting whenever I'm drinking. I got these hoes in the dungeon like Dale, cause my name's still ringing. So they got titties like Hessie or summer. Ass too fat, got beef from my mama. Told us in pics like it was Among Us. Came through, sucked out all of my mana.
Hey man.
Ain't this part 2? Turn it up!
No man care with a no name face. Everybody saying they can run my race. Everybody saying they can go my pace. Better sit down, better take a break. I ain't going nowhere, no need to worry, no rush. Slow it down, you ain't gotta hurry. I wanna be like Mike, but I wanna be me. Yeah, one day making my bank from an MP3. It's a way I've gotta do it by any means. Imagine this world, you're my enemy. My money tall like a money tree. Your money small like a mini me. Certified dreamer, I don't get no streams. Yeah, certified killer when I'm hitting the rhyme scheme. Certified this and certified that. Just wait till I hang on my certified plaque. It's Reese.
All my bitches got spirit. Shady. All my bitches is bad. Smoke on Superbia. Whoever heard of you? Magical lady. Load out your whip. I'm sound in the Hades if I gotta get her.
Only thing. It ain't even a huge problem. But dude that went right before this verse, his vocal was just a little bit lower than this one, meaning it just kind of woke up the track a little bit because he was going originally. The only thing is I would try my hardest to see if you can get them all at the same level of volume, especially when it's different beats and different things like that. That's the only thing I got. It's not about how they said it. It's not the verse. It's not the clarity. It's just you got to make sure certain parts have a different level. Some of them sound maybe a little bit higher than the other. That's all. But no. I mean, I love the beat switches 100%. It's just try your best to see if you can try to get them all at the same volume at a point. That's all. That's all I got.
This bitch, you could say that I let her. Locking up my ass onto the plan. Let's not make it obvious. Like I'm intent. Like, rapping with me, that was your bag. Ain't gotta hear your verse and know that shit was so bad. So other verses feeling, you can skip those ads. I just started sleeping on me like a onesie bag. Culture by nature, put respect on my name. Or I your bitches were never the same. TikTok, you cocky. Red Bull on your mommy. Cut the whole damn world like she glass.
Oh my god. Y'all just going crazy. Ugh.
Hey, don't you come hit in my line, I fit in a bounce, I need this shit really cost me a penny. Ain't talking about rubies, the beacon that shines on my niggas, the ghettos get grimmer. The ripper trap a nigga like Yu-Gi-Oh cards in the graveyard, nobody gonna know who you are. Some reporters generation, but I come with the dark. But from the start, we gotta show them who's the boss of the start. It's fire, amazing. I don't work on 9 to 5, that's my day shit. Steam to the future, 5 East, it's a lane switch. I'm a jack of all trades, you can't tame this beast. Nobody can tell me what I really wanna be. Gotta say my niggas going up another street. And this is your own house, don't forget it when you breathe. Homie, that's me. Yeah.
Freshman 2 and we here to stay. We don't cloud chase, we don't fuck with lanes. We don't count change, we just came from the bank.
I hear you, so.
If you thinking you safe, then say what you said when I'm up in your face. You ain't a threat, I can tell that you fake. You want the bread without putting in work and expect to excel without saying a word. Fuck is you thinking, fuck what you thought. I'm leaving you leaking for thinking I'm soft. People keep speaking like I took a loss. You wanna see evil, the evil you gotta take an L to make an M. Is it worth it? I can tell the threat behind the drop verses. Life is hell, then you're dead, it's not perfect. Boom.
I bring pain to your village if you step to me. Fornicate with my demons, renouncing my name. I bring death to the kid if he step out of line. We are not parallel, boy, you out of your mind.
See, what people don't know, and I bet you'll hate me for this. Slick made that aesthetic, and it's good. And what's great about it is that I like auto-tune and all this kind of stuff, but it's just a certain way Slick do it. Slick found his particular way if he does his aesthetic with this shit, and it works. I don't ever have a problem with the way he does his auto-tune. I barely do. It doesn't clash. It doesn't makes it too important or anything like that. It's just fits perfectly, man. It's just dope. So there's nothing to hate on it about it at all. So I know he gets that flack of being like, oh, he's just a dude that does auto-tune, but got hella talent doing it this way, though. So, you know, what ain't broke, don't fix it.
Crystal like sitting in the mist, nigga thought he was Haku. Hands on his head, make a sound, we gon' air him out like Zaku. Thought this shit was a fairy tale, he absorbed the heat like not to.
Yeah, when I get on the beat, I'm a monster. Just a big body nigga who ready to rumble. I'm feeling like I'm Baki Hama. You know Chris going crazy on all of these niggas because y'all bringing total drama. Don't be mad cause your girl looking at me and I get her hot, steamy as a sauna. Wait, I've been the realest of rock, and really you're not, you so-so. Rhythm is cold, you see it, it's hot, I'm Shoto. Go with gorilla, you never will stop the mojo. Haven't you heard of me, nigga? I'm Saka
Sakamoto. 22 was a different mindset. Project coming soon, you will see that I'm next. Niggas hate up on the younger, but really I digress. When I get up on my niggas knowing that I'm best.
Jamar got back-to-back arsonists. A punch come with armament. I'm Aaron. Opposite get found and tightened up when the scouts drop the coordinates. Sliding up, super sliders up. Even Zabuzak gon' be hard to miss. It's like prison school. Too easy to record the shit. 86 competition. Yeah. First form through your henchmen. Yeah. Stabby balls for an hour long like a Nami tag. Y'all can sleep with the fisherman. Beat too hard to put a chorus on. I'm in the Avatar state, that's the chorus on. Big 2, 2, 3, I make it chorus on. Silencer, sound off like chorus.
And that's it, man. We've come to the finale. But I got one more person that I'm sure deserves some attention. 2022. Nothing but legends in the making. And we going all the way.
Yeah, my name is DK, and I keep a KK on. I rock out every day. I'm going too fast, so they told me to wait. Fuck that. I told them catch it, but they too delayed. I kill all opponents, feel like a Kame. I could never lose, that's not part of my fate. Feel like zero, you know I rule this shit. My aura got colors, nigga. I fly around like a wisp. Niggas think that this a game. I eject them like a disc. Could never switch for the fact that niggas darkness, they always miss. Yeah, niggas they don't like hoes, they be basic. They don't tell me I won't be anything. I cannot wait to see the look on their faces. I done fought on they bitch, now they mad at me. I'm causing chaos like them Twitter spaces. Niggas struggling with their flow, couldn't be me. I do this shit and I'm wearing braces. Feel like Gion, there's money I'm chasing. Never dry, living in an oasis. You can never come up to me, tell me how to rap, and you don't even know the basics. My name mean a lot of things, but all you need to know is everything I touch, I ace. Forever in my prime, never run out of time. Nigga, go ahead, open the gate. Bitch.
They've been debating like who deserved to make the list. Kept a bunch of monsters on my watch like an all matrix.
Not trying to stop the bar, Jamar. We're definitely going to run that back for you, man. But that kid is great. That kid is great. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait because I'm excited. I'm so excited for all of you. I just can't wait. I cannot wait this year. I can't wait. I can't. Because I've seen where you guys came from. Like I'm seeing damn near all of your journeys. I've seen and watched it all. But dude, I'm proud. Period. I apologize for not having a big platform like a lot of these other reactors and stuff like that. And I understand. I wish I could have that particular for you guys. I really could. But I don't. But that's okay. I mean, I'll have it one day. But yeah, I'm proud. I'm proud to see what you guys are doing, be able to do. Like, I'm proud of that, like 100%. So, we're going to go into Jamar's verse, and then we're pretty much wrapped for today. But I am very, very happy. And if you can, you know what I mean, like, either click the follow or any of these new people that you have in this freshman stuff, please, like, just tell them to submit for it. I want to see you guys be great. I do. I genuinely want to see you guys be great. So if you can, let anybody that you know that comes to that, it's fine. Like I said, I mean, at the end of the day, let's hear what everybody else has. I'm just really curious to see what's actually in the community. I want to actually know. I can, John, if you want. It's up to you. But let's go to Jamar's real quick.
Now you'll see my demons pop up like an exorcist. Cause a message.
Dry, live in an oasis. You can never come up to me, tell me how to rap, and you don't even know the basics. My name mean a lot of things, but all you need to know is everything I touch, I ace. Forever in my prime, never run out of time. Nigga, go ahead, open the gate. Bitch.
They've been debating like who deserved to make the list. Kept a bunch of monsters on my watch like an all matrix. Now you'll see my demons pop up like an exorcist. Cause a mass destruction on your block, this the apocalypse. I seen them trying to check on us, you mad we doing better, huh? The bars are gone from being down bad to so spectacular. We cooking up inside the kitchen, flipping work with spatulas, vernacular. Had them thinking degree was on that master, bro. Spitting bars, it'll back them up, click bong, getting Galligan's cat gone, so I smack them up, respawn, then I'm blasting them back down, that's a tragedy. Pros, they causing casualties, casually versus arts of the bars, live as a masterpiece, master me. I move tactically, tactical, no one catching me. Heat up on my side, so you know exactly where the mag will be. Kaido, my brother, actually acquired the fire naturally. Nurtured this piece of mind, so this piece of mind gon' rip cavities. Yeah, I nurtured this piece of mind, so this piece of mind.
almost lost my headphones. I didn't mean to do that. Yes, it's exactly where it needs to be. And to be honest, this is one of those kind of songs where I could easily say that is everybody that would have been on my list to watch out for on the side of 7 other people that's not on this cipher. Yeah, y'all definitely doing the gosh darn thing. Who knows, man? I don't think I have to rap anymore. You know, I could sit on down and not do anything. You guys got it all covered. I'll sit down and drink hot cocoa and yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Nah. I love what I do, but I'm definitely proud. So thanks again. All right, let's go to John's real quick. And oh wait, you know what? There's Ty. Ty submitted one, and then John. So let's go with Ty's real quick. And then John's. I didn't forget. I'm sorry. Wait, where's it at? Oh, right here. Got it. Yep, so I got his and John's. And besides, I kind of started late too, so we got a little bit of time.
All right. It's time to stop rapping. We got the only black Jedi Mace Windu versus the one-eyed super spy Nick Fury. Samuel L. Jackson, begin. Jedi, ignite the force. Padawan, I don't feel remorse. Cold hearted since a little boy. Play with the saber like it was a toy. Hail Hydra, that was a ploy. Cut through your shields, make you all unemployed. Come on, don't come at me, Nick. You're the appendage that we use to piss.
All I'm saying is there better not be no snakes on the mother effing plane. That's all I'm gonna say.
Foundation went down quicker than Sokovia. You could call Colson to try and hold you up against the Republic. You better hold your nuts when we start blasting. Doubt your shields are holding up. Tell your team they ain't avenging nothing. These Kuiper crystals ain't perp for nothing. A Lega 69, I ain't have to force her. Furious, nobody to the Jedi Order. Mace, you get maced in the face. I'm the best action-packed Sam Jack in the game. Clone Wars is over, we in the end game. Windu is dead, let's yell it in vain. I'm still alive and I have a grave. You'd be pissed if you saw the Republic today. Palpatine one killed everyone today, and the Force lives on in a girl named Rey. Someone crack a window, about to get kicked out of the window. It is official when you went down. Should've used the Force to lift you. You literally went out with one hit, dude.
It actually sounds like, Ty, you having fun making this song, so I'm definitely rocking with this, man.
Weird for someone who brags about crystals. I am not a stormtrooper, I will not miss you. Seriously, Nick Fury, do you think your ship's worthy to actually keep up with my fleet's journey? Shatterpoint, I snap your guardians' necks. Force your Avengers to the final death. Shields no more, take me on yourself. I'll slap that fake eye out your head. Governments are nothing to the Republic, so suck it. I'll slap that Sam L. Jack out your pigment to match that 616 dimension. I'll kill any Nick with a multiverse. Treat the mic like a saber, I'm one with the Force. Fool, you dare kiss your mom with that mouth? I'ma revive San Anakin to your house, no doubt. Order 66 is the route, only this time I'm taking every one of you out. Throw a couple lightning strikes to aim and hit your house. As the Force is inconsistent, Mace, I gotta take it out. Just like Boba, how the hell did he get out? I've died more times than Dooku can count. Motherfucker. Wow. Now that was hot.
That's cool, bro. I like the back and forth with it. Like I like when Komodo Dragon does it too. But I like that you're using different characters to do these kind of things. I like the back and forths of character raps and stuff like that, because sometimes you just might not have a feature. You know what I mean? So don't even worry about it, man. I mean, I'm just saying the mix was fine. I didn't have any problems with the vocals or anything like that. So there's that. So good work on that. All right. Next we'll get to that man John's. And go from there. No, there's John, and then Valentine submits some at the last minute. And so which one am I clicking, John? Am I clicking to save me, or am I clicking to save the world? While he's looking, he's about to respond to that. I got to check and see what I have. Yeah, probably for you're good, Valentine, man. I got it right here. I don't know where John's at, so you know, we'll just go through this real quick. Okay, got you. Thanks. Right after this.
Valentine. Shout out Shiro. Had to be done on the Shiro beat. Raijin. Let's go. Let me take you back to 2008 when I was missing school or I was always late in a classroom that was full of hate for a mixed kid cause they can't relate. In a Georgia town, yeah, the South is great. I'm Atlanta born, I can't overstate, but then panic formed on my parents' race. Like all I am is their mistake.
Hey, for the record, I know this is a real story, so I appreciate it. But my other question is, who did the AMV for you? Because this is really nice. I really like it.
But really, I can never play the victim. The people that would talk about me, I would never listen. In 3 years' time, I was changing up the mission and only care for those who would understand the vision. But what is this vision I want them to see? Like, what is this thing that I wanted to be? A boy with a dream of just changing his scene. But I guess what I wanted was just to be free. Never mind that I know. I really want to go from my goals till I blow. I learned how to flow, take the show on the road. I better take it slow, cause I'm low and alone. But I gotta make the dough, cause my bro's on the phone. Talking about how we came off tour and he made just about a few thousand. If I paid him, he'd push my album. Something about it just made me doubt him, yeah. I mean, he was talking about like $500 for a little album promo. I mean, it just made no sense to me. I mean, he was my homeboy, but it just really didn't make no sense. So, you know, I couldn't do it. Went back in my mind, it's depressing as fuck. I'm dating online with this girl that I love.
Hey, by the way, Valentine, DM me one day or on Discord or something. I can get in a conversation with you about that.
I'm up on my rhymes and I'm down on my luck. I called her an angel, got sent from above, because really her demonic tendencies, they weren't offending me. She was no enemy, but she saw end of me. Forced of dependency, sleeping in calls due to her sensitivity. Said she was tired of sleeping alone. Whenever she wanted, I pick up the phone. Mostly when she was the only one home. Was saying my name when we up in that zone. Now I got 2 chicks that are kissing in the crib. Now call it a deflex when it's really how I live. No long hair, but a max with her ears. I'm never looking back, but I hope you can forgive all the things that I did. I was nothing but a kid, but I really want to rid any pain that you relive. No, I gotta change, but I know I gotta give everything that I am to this choice I commit, so that's just what I did. Yeah, said I gotta make a change for you, but I'll say that change is hard when hate's what you are and love's what I do. It's true. I mean, it's really hard when you have to choose between who you love and what you love. And I had to make that choice, so of course I didn't choose you. Now I be running with the hot crew, that's Raijin Zabatsu. You're mad that it's not you. Hottest boy born in July since Natsu. Not here to style on him, but you know I got to. Feeling like I got to, just so I compete with the bars. Then I'll vanquish any enemy I see from afar. Golden when I roll like I was sipping tea in the car. Then I'll drop a track with Eddie and I'll flow with Jamar. Cause listen, those my G's, cold as old white tees. That are worn in winter weather that's below 5 C's. We be loading up the clips like Dakuto's PC. And in the end we're yelling pussy, yo that's no Dav D. And listen Team UG, I commend you 3. I got love for what you're doing, casting KOB and KBN homie. You keep it real with me, I appreciate it way more than I show it be. And let's go Moxie, you killing beats is the norm. Happens quick like Code Blues, thunderclap is the form. Shaw's rocking instrumentals till his speakers are torn. And we always dropping heat, that's how the lightning is born. The scientific is hell, the thunder acts as a horn. So if you face us, I'll tell your homies that they will mourn. Swear I'm wishing you well, but we're the elder you've worn. And if you ever need some art, you better go to Matt Storm.
That is awesome. I love songs like that. That's awesome, bro. Always keep that positive energy when you make your particular music, and there's no limit of where you can go. Just make the stuff you want to make, man. And that's all I've been saying. That's it. You know what I mean? So I'm just letting you guys know that's the most important part of all this nerd music, all of those things. I'm just letting you know that is all you need to make sure that you keep in mind of stuff. Never forget what you love to do, because if you do, eventually you're going to make songs because of one thing or another, and you're not going to like it as much as you would have when you made the song before. So just do that. Make sure you do it because you want to. And you love the stuff that you're talking about. Demon Slayer Season 4 tomorrow? Okay, cool. Do you really like Demon Slayer like that? That's a question you ask yourself. Get what I'm saying? So think about it like that, in that element. Make the songs because you want to make them, not because there could be a possibility or there is a strategy or a scheme Don't worry about it. Just make the music because you want to. That's how I feel. All right. So we're going to go right into John's here, and then we're going to head on out of here. And then I got a surprise for everybody, actually, right after this. I'm going to put it up on Twitter, make it easier. Maybe, I don't know.
I've always fought alone. I don't need your help, I'm fine. I've noticed you're broken like me. When the sky burns down and hell freezes over, I'll be there to hold your hand. When the fight breaks out and all the ones you love don't seem to care, I'll be the man who saves the world for you. I'll be the man who saves the world for you. Since no one saves mine.
Hook is smooth to me. I mean, of course, I probably maybe a little bit more saturation of it, just on the vocal, just a little bit, nothing crazy. But I like the volume of it. Everything is prominent in it. That's just the only thing. It's just kind of got like a little. It's kind of like a little gray, like what's it? Like a gray blur, if that makes sense. As in, like I can hear it, but it's like it's enunciated the way it needs to. It's just like a little fog somewhere in the vocal. I don't know if it's maybe it's the reverb and the reverb of the piano that's clashing between those or what. But that's the only thing that I hear that could be somewhat of an issue. But like I said, it sounds great. Like for anybody else who hears the song, they're not going to hear that problem. But when I'm hearing it through some of the headphones, that's what I'm hearing. Yeah, basically. That's the only thing I'm hearing. That's it. I don't know if it's I don't know which EQ you use or any of those. So that's what I'm saying. Just pay attention to those. Sounds great to me. It's not something that's going to be, I'm thinking it's a saturation personally. Yeah, man. Yeah, Dante John is a problem. Like it would be wrong to say something like, yeah, he's like doing the kind of feel what, the new divide would sound like or anything, but just kind of like more of a melodic friendly one other than just being aggression like you hear with new divide stuff. That would be wrong to do that. But I'm very curious. I'm curious to what an album of his would sound like. Seriously. Oh, you bought the Fab Filter? The Fab Filter is dope. Just make sure you round off that low end part, the curve of it. You know what I mean? That's the only thing I got to remember when I use Fab Filter. Yeah, exactly, Ty. I've been saying it all year last year. And then now everybody's like, oh, they got real songs. I didn't know that. And then now they want to be like, hey, I want to feature with you, man. We're going to make some music together. And then that's where it comes down to. And then afterwards they do the song and then it fits the vibe and they're all excited. Their conscience feels good. And then they go on their merry way. And you don't hear from them again. So like I said, just make the craft you got and just keep murdering it, man. Like I said, I'm excited. I'm excited for each and every one of you. You guys are going to be doing really, 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 really dope stuff. Which I want to give this surprise before I go. I know it took a long time, but I figured I would do it this year. I officially made a Discord. Now I have a It's Mark Cooper Discord, and I got the links and all that, and I was going to put it in the chat, but the chat kind of weird. So now we could be able to have all different kinds of things too. So I'm all excited. So I'm going to post it or whatever, or I don't know how I'm going to do this personally, because I guess so when you make a Discord invite, not to sound retarded, not with the R word, but when you make a Discord link on Twitter and stuff like that, I can really choose who I can accept or not accept, or does it automatically just have everybody in the Discord? Because I don't have moderators, bots, or any of that stuff. I don't have any of these things. It autos anybody who clicks. Okay. Once you get in, you can take them out. Of course, JK enjoys this part. Once if you don't like them, you could just remove them. But I don't want to start no Twitter beef. Oh, Mark Cooper made a Discord, and then he removed me. Diss track, and then I have to review it, and then everybody hears the review, and then they're gonna be like, "Are you gonna respond?" And then you make that face, and you be like, "No," but you get bullied into responding anyway. I don't know. Cool. Thank God. Because I don't really want any drama or nothing like that. You can promote your stuff, put the stuff there. And then what I wanted to do next this year is when I review people, like when I review your songs and stuff like that, I can maybe have you guys in the chat. And then, you can be able to get more on a touch basis if you have any like actual questions about certain things and how to do what and all that stuff. So I do not want all the smoke, Mac. Stop it. You know what your new name, Mac, is going to be? Smoked Mac and Cheese. Because you want all the smoke to get the cheese. See what I'm saying? Smoked Mac and Cheese. Yes, that is his new name. Okay. All right, awesome. Yeah, cool. That sounds great. That way, you don't have to worry about always having to go into the VOD. You know what I'm saying? And I thought about separating. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, you've never been here before, Dante. Oh, this is a not a reaction stream. This is a critique. So what I do is with people who have lower numbers than the average people you see in the Nerdcore community, I review the stuff for like the mix and the quality and what they can do to get better. Not necessarily reviewing the bars and whether he was sliding or not. That's subjective. I'm just trying to make sure you get the best quality sound or whatever you're trying to do. Oh, yeah, I just got that. I just started talking about the Discord thing. So I think I'm going to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post it right now on Twitter. Okay. All right. I'm just typing it out right now. Okay. Sorry, I'm typing at the same time. All right. And blam. Let's see if that works. I hope it worked. If it don't, it's racist. Oh, no, it does. Cool. All right. Nice. Yeah. Just kind of have those kind of things together. That's what I'm going to do. And oops, I didn't even know I didn't have that. Okay. There we go. And I've put the final introduce yourself 1, 2 in there too. Awesome. So other than that, that's what I'm about to do, man. Just going to get all these things together and then, we can chat and talk and do all kinds of stuff. Cause yeah, That's where we are. So if you have any questions, or if you ever wanted to, message me 1v1 and just kind of, have any questions about how certain things are, critiques and things like that, I have no problem doing that. Whether if you want to do it on the actual channel or not, you could always send me some stuff and I could tell you what I think feedback wise and all that kind of stuff. Got to promote your stuff. You could put all the new songs in there too. On Rust. Yeah, sure. Valentine, no problem at all. Just DM me or whatever, or, whatever, what have you. So, and it's easier too, because then I can actually, now I thought about it, I can actually get into a voice chat with you and then listen to the song via whatever, and then, critique you right there. Yeah, we definitely need to jump on some Halo Infinite. I'm definitely with that. So, like I said, the only thing that's new with me is just finishing up an album. I got to do a couple scores for some good friends of mine. And I got to start on this Guinness World Record thing. I definitely got to finish that. So that's something I may have on stream too. So, But, I mean, it's 2 albums, but that's the reason why I don't post a lot of songs. I kind of been working on albums and stuff. And that's kind of my work of things. Just to finish the Player One story. The Player One story where I'm trapped in a video game called Nerdcore. And then I have a villain named Major Label that tries to trap everybody into a box and trap all nerds into one particular scene. Yeah, I kind of wrote a whole album about the community for 6 years. So that's why when you see me say certain things, that's what I mean by I'm embedded into it. So, yeah. All right. No further ado, I'm about to head on out of here. I just put the Discord link up there for Twitter. Hopefully it's all there. Actually, I could have showed you what it looked like. So hopefully I did it right. If I did not, I'm sorry. Yep. Does it work? Yep, right here. Oh, cool. Okay. All right. So I got it all together. But I will definitely talk to you guys in the meanwhile. I appreciate you. And if you don't already know, make sure you follow on all of the social platforms and everything. It's Mark Cooper. And if you find some new people who are trying to learn some stuff, just have them click the follow button. That's all I'm asking to do. Also, on top of that, on this channel, I do play video games and things like that. Halo Infinite particularly. But that's one of the particular channels. It's markcooper.com. Find everything from beats to all things you need. And then here I am popped up right on the screen like a legend. So, in other words, I will see y'all next time. And I probably will stream Wednesday to play some games or something. So,